Top 10 Unbreakable Olympic Records. We're going to be listing our selections for Olympic records that will never be broken. The entire globe was excited to see what magic he would work in the finale. With everything on the line, could he triumph on the grandest stage? Number 10. Country with the most medals won at any modern Olympic Games. When all is said and done, the United States has a good chance of topping the medal standings. However, they produced their best results at the 1904 St. Louis Games, where they took home an incredible 239 medals. Germany had the second highest number of medals earned with 15. Even though there were only 13 participating countries, this is still a ridiculous number that will be very challenging to surpass. Though there is some dispute over the citizenship of some American competitors who had just moved to the US for the 1904 Olympics, no country has ever won more than 200 medals at an Olympic Games. Number 9. Dominance in table tennis. Ping pong, another name for table tennis, had its Olympic debut at the 1988 Seoul Games. South Korea and China both took home 2 gold medals at those first games. China has now gone on to capture almost all of the available gold medals in table tennis. As it happens, China had won 32 gold medals overall before the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris. Japan and Sweden are the only 2 countries who have ranked first, aside from the previously stated South Korea. It's difficult to think of a country that might dominate the world as much as China does. Number 8. Total number of Olympic Games presences. Making it to the Games is a significant achievement, as it is by no means an easy feat. I felt like I would give anything to be a part of that kind of experience. Miller, a 25-year-old from Quebec, finally got his shot at the Olympics in Munich, just 4 short years later. Ian Miller of Canada has qualified for an amazing 10 Olympic Games. He competed in equestrian activities for his debut at the Munich Games in 1972. Except for the 1980 Moscow Olympics, he would compete in other events up to London 2012. Captain Canada saluted, and there was nothing more he could have done. Despite being a skilled Olympic show jumper, his only medal came from the 2008 Beijing Games, where he took home a silver in team jumping. Nima Salikvadze, a sports shooter from Georgia, is tied with Miller for the most Olympic appearances. He has won medals in the 10 and 25-meter air pistol events. The youngest gymnast to get perfect 10 is ranked number 7. It was once believed to be impossible to receive a perfect 10 in gymnastics. She seems to be the only one who has understood it, and you're just in shock at how hard it is to do the same thing. That is until Nadia Comaneci, a Romanian athlete, made history at the 1976 Montreal Games with her uneven bars routine. She was the youngest contestant to complete the feat, having barely turned 14 at the time. Her actions and the dangers she made were heroic. At the time, the scoreboards only displayed a score of 1 and weren't set to show 10. She would go on to win other events with 10s. A perfect score is practically unachievable due to changes made to the scoring system in 2006, and the minimum age to compete is now 16. Her records won't alter unless something else changes. It was not in my plan to wind up competing in 2 Olympic Games and earning the first perfect 10. Number 6. Youngest gold medal winning athlete. The age at which an athlete may compete in the Olympics is not restricted by any particular criteria. Kim Yoon-mi of South Korea won the gold medal in the 3,000-meter speed skating relay at the Lillehammer Winter Games in 1994. At 13 years and 85 days, she became the youngest gold medalist in Olympic history. The ISU has now set the minimum age to compete in international tournaments at 15, even though the IOC has not imposed any minimum age limits. The governing bodies of different sports can impose such restrictions. A younger person winning gold at this level of competition is still improbable. Number 5. Repeated gold medal accomplishments. Alexander Jurevich was a formidable fencing competitor from 1932 to 1960. Throughout his 28-year Olympic career, which encompassed 6 games, Jurevich earned 10 medals both individually and on teams. In Team Sabre, he led Hungary to a record-breaking 6 consecutive podium finishes. 2 Olympic Games were postponed during this amazing performance because of the start of World War II, so there's a chance he could have continued his streak. Additionally, he's the first sportsman to have won an event 6 times. It's interesting to note that fencing is a family sport. His wife, son, and father-in-law have all won Olympic medals. As Jurevich was 50 years old when he won the gold in 1960, it is rare for athletes to have the competitive longevity that he possessed to surpass his record. Number 4. Women's pole vault jump record. One of the all-time greats in pole vaulting is Yelena Isinbayeva. She is unique in that she holds the Olympic and world records for pole vaulting. At the 2008 Beijing Games, she achieved a height of 5.05 meters, setting an Olympic record. She performed marginally better in Zurich, where she measured 5.06 meters, a little more than a year later. Isenbayeva was the one setting and shattering pole vaulting records between 2004 and 2009. We doubt anyone will be able to surpass her record now that she is retired. Number 3. The longest long jump. American track and field athlete Bob Beamon utterly destroyed the long jump record in Mexico City's thin air during the 1968 Mexico City Games. By leaping not just farther than anybody else had ever done, but also farther than anyone had thought was conceivable, Bob Beamon broke the long jump record. His height at the jump was 8.90 meters. Beamon's length exceeded the previous record by almost 2 feet, although prior record breaks had only resulted in slight increases. After hitting the board and taking off, I reached an altitude of more than 6 feet and checked my watch. Well, I've been up here for a long time, I thought. Up to Mike Powell's 8.95-meter leap at the 1991 World Championships in Tokyo, it would have been the biggest long jump ever recorded. However, that was only for the world record. Beamon's jump hasn't been broken in Olympic records for more than 50 years, and we don't see that happening anytime soon. Obtaining a mere second or 5 extra seconds in history can have a significant impact. Take it, seize it. Number 2. Highest number of gold medals awarded. You better believe it will be tough, if not impossible, to surpass Michael Phelps' record as one of the greatest and most successful Olympians in history. What a moment for the Olympics as a whole, not just for swimming and not just for Phelps. He currently has 28 gold medals overall. With 13 gold medals in individual events, he also holds the record. Ray Urey, in contrast, had 8 golds, but that was more than a century ago. He tied the record for most individual medals earned at the 2004 Athens Olympics, his debut Olympics. The goal of winning an Olympic gold medal and sort of getting that first chance in 2004 was the foundation for everything, and it was built from there. All of them simply kept coming, which is fantastic. Phelps undoubtedly made an impression from the start, and while it seems unlikely, it will be intriguing to watch whether anyone can ever surpass him. There will be more swimmers than Michael Phelps as the sport unavoidably develops. Nobody will ever be a champion like Michael Phelps, yet a swimmer may win 9 gold medals in a single Games. Before we go any further, don't forget to hit the bell to receive updates on our most recent videos and to subscribe to our channel. You can choose to receive notifications for every video or only the infrequent ones. Make sure you turn on notifications in your phone's settings while using it. Number 1. Quickest time in a 100-meter race. The fastest 100-meter sprint world and Olympic records are held by Usain Bolt. Muhammad Ali, Pele, and all these men are the greats, and I want to be one of them. I aspire to be in that category after these Olympics. That's what I'm aiming for. At the 2009 World Athletic Championships in Berlin, Bolt ran a time of 9.58 seconds to set a new world record. During the 2012 London Games, he set the Olympic record for the 100-meter dash with a time of 9.63 seconds. With more exclamations, it is simpler to beat the Olympic record of the two. He was victorious in a race involving celebrities. Even still, it seems unlikely. Bolt finished victorious in his final Rio Games competition in 2016. However, his timing was 9.81 seconds. During the Tokyo Games in 2020, Lemon Jacobs scored 9.80 to take first place. Given that just 3 sprinters have achieved times under 9.70, it might be some time before someone surpasses or equals Bolt's Olympic record. Enjoyed the content? Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Your support helps us bring you more awesome content. Let us know your thoughts and what you'd like to see next.